Hello,
Angelo.
can you
Hi,
hear me?
we can hear you.
All
Thank you for
right.
coming.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
I want you to share what the patches has done for you.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. This is Michael Angelos chiming in from the capital city of Dover, Delaware, where my upline is Dr. Gloria Harrison. And one Sunday evening back in April of last year, I traveled to Baltimore for church, and she knew I was home, and she called me. She says, "I need you to come over for a minute." So I went by her house. We sat down at the dining room table, and we started talking. And she says, "Look, I want to do this for you. I want to put this patch on the back of your neck." So she put it on my neck, and within 2 minutes, I dropped my head. And she said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I feel as though I'm getting ready to cry." And she says, "Why?" And I said, "I have no phantom pain in my body. 4 years prior to that, I had my foot amputated. So I'm constantly experiencing phantom pain. And those that ha- amputees will understand, but the average person doesn't know what that feels like. And to make it quick, because I know we're on the time schedule, it feels like someone's taking an ice pick and a hammer and going into your limb that's not there. And it's excruciating. It wakes you up in the middle of the night and all of that. So the phantom pain went away. And then I had neuropathy in my left foot because being classified as a diabetic when I had my foot amputated, um, my foot looked like a monster toes. I mean, it was really scary, like gorilla hands or whatever. And I was very embarrassed about it. But what I noticed one day, I was at work and I was sitting there, and my daughter had on music, and I began to pat my foot, which I had not done in years. I began to tap my foot and say, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I said, "Oh my God, look at my foot." She said, "Yeah, look at it." And I could wiggle the toes. So it helped with the phantom pain as well. The other thing that I've noticed, as my upline has said, that about my nails, I'm a hair designer, so my hands are in water all day long. And I notice my nails, and I hate to use this term, is hard as nails, hard as bricks. And what I'm here to tell the women that go to the nail salon and spending 120, 130, $150 for nails, once you start this X39 and it rejuvenates those stem cells, the nails will begin to grow. So all you have to do is go get a polish change, and the money you would spend to give to the nail tech, you can spend on that to get your X39, your ice wave, and whatever with the company. The other thing that I noticed was that I've been going for have been going for 4 years because of the retinal, the diabetes caused the back of the eyes to swell. So I was getting a shot in the left eye this month, the right eye the next month, the right eye, the left eye, back and forth for 4 years. And when I went, it's been about 6 months ago, I went to the doctor and they give you the eye exam. So I could only read to like five. A month later, I could read to six and seven. A month later, I could read to seven and eight. And just a week ago, I was down at line 10. And he says, "Mr. Angelo, I don't know what's going on, but he says, at the rate you're going to have 20/20 vision." So that happened with the eyes. The next thing I noticed, wherever I go anywhere, I get hit on all the time. And no disrespect to nobody. I'm just being transparent and tell the truth. And so I'll ask the person, I'll say, "Well, how old do you think I am?" She says, "Well, Mr. Angelo, you're probably about between 40 and 45. And when I'm telling them I'm 66 years old, they can't believe it. But that's because the collagen has been rejuvenated in the skin, and the lines have disappeared, the bagging on the eyes. And I wish my phone could show my face where you could see what I look like. And the other thing, I started losing hair on the top of my head. Well, nobody wants to be bald. Thank God for Steve Harvey. He started the bald head treatment for everybody. But I wasn't ready to be bald, being a hair designer, and I decided to let my hair grow out. Since April of last year, probably May or June, I started letting my hair grow. And right now, I have a ponytail that touches my shoulders in the back of my head. And Miss Gloria can contest to that because she just saw me today. And then, so it was my vision, it was my skin, it was my nails. And then I've always worked 12, 15 hours a day, plus taking care of an elderly mother for 22 years. So I would average about 4 hours of sleep. Now with this X39, I test myself sometimes. When I go to bed Sunday night after coming home from church, I won't set my alarm because I'm off on Mondays. And one Monday morning, I woke up, it was 11:30. One Monday morning, I woke up, it was 3:30 in the afternoon, and I had set no alarm. I turned the ringer off my phone, and my body just rested. And it feels so good. And when I wake up, my energy level is just unbelievable. When I go to work with my daughter and I walk in, and we're here in facial studio, so people have just been in the zone getting their facials, and I walk through the door, I clap my hands and I say, let's get the party started. Let's get the party started. She said, calm down, calm down. They just got a facial. This is a facial. You got to calm down. Please, please, please. She's telling me all day, what's wrong with you? And it seems like as it gets darker in the evening, I get more height. And I asked my mother, when was I born? She said 11:30 at night. So I think that has something to do with it. So the sleep level, the vision, the hearing, the skin, and as Sister Gloria mentioned earlier about being a young child and falling and getting a scab, and the next day it's gone. I had bumped my leg, and I have pictures to prove it. I had bumped my leg on a coffee table at work, and when I went home, I rubbed the skin, and the skin came off, and I panicked. By being diabetic, if you get any type of scratches or cuts or anything, it takes forever to heal. So I panicked on a Monday. When I woke up Tuesday morning, it had formed a scab. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, when I woke up Saturday morning, I don't know if it rubbed off in the sleep or I scratched it off or whatever, but it was completely healed underneath where that scab was. And I contribute that to the X39 and the stem cells being rejuvenated. So any part in your body that is lacking and needing rejuvenated, needed healing, or whatever, the stem cells, they rush to that area because, like she said earlier, at the age of 30, they become dormant. I'm 66, so I've been on this since April, and I was so excited to hear about within 6 months, my heart is rejuvenated and I feel it. And anytime I go to a doctor's appointment, they're like, Mr. Angelo, what's wrong with you? What's going on? And then when I had my leg amputated, I didn't know I was diabetic. My A1C was 11.5 and my blood sugar was 585. Now today, 2 months ago, I went and got the A1C test. My A1C is 5.3 and I'm on no medication, no metformin, no Ozempic, no other shots or whatever. And I contribute that to my body being more in balance and more in sync with this X39 taking place. And as my upline said earlier, when you start the X39, you got to remove it after 12 hours to give your body a chance to rejuvenate. Also, the key is, which he will tell you, is that you got to drink plenty of water to flush your system out. And the problem with most of us, whenever we go to the hospital, the first thing they do is hook you up to an IV because we as people, we're naturally dehydrated. So with this, you drink plenty of water and she's going to continue the rest. But that is my testimony. And April will be, I've been on it for 10 months and y'all hear how I talk. And it's what, almost 9 o'clock at night. It'll be, and I feel like I just woke up this morning because I'm excited about this product, how it's working. And when I meet someone and patch them, they just want to cry. They can't believe it. And I just love what it's doing. I thank God for the company. I thank God for uplines and Derek and everyone that is really helping us, help people get better and feel better about themselves. So I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Gloria. But those are my testimonies. My feet, my neuropathy, my eyes, my hearing, my skin, my sleep. What's left but to have a party? Let's get the party started. Y'all be blessed.
Michael,